Some fights don't just shake a character's world, they reset the medium's compass. Shonen has always loved impact, but a handful of clashes landed so cleanly they rewrote how we pace, animate, and even talk about anime. These are the moments that turned power-ups into mythology, rivals into Greek tragedy, and animation cuts into appointment culture. They made forums combust, AMVs immortal, and studios rethink what a weekly can look like. 7 fights, 7 fault lines. Goku vs. Frieza on Namek detonated the idea that a battle could be an epoch rather than an episode, weeks of escalation, operatic screaming, a planet as a ticking clock, and a transformation, Super Saiyan, that leapt from TV into global pop iconography. But if DBZ taught us how to aim bigger, Yusuke Urameshi vs. Younger Toguro in the Dark Tournament taught us how to aim truer, a tournament fight that fused grief, guilt, and responsibility into the blows, proving the training arc isn't just for muscles, it's for conscience. Together they set the grammar, scale married to stakes, spectacle braided to soul. Then the Big Three era took that grammar and wrote in neon. Naruto vs. Sasuke at the Valley of the End reframed the rival trope from macho sparring into a character referendum, friendship as a battlefield, choreography as psychology, every counter a thesis about who these boys are willing to become. Luffy vs. Rob Lucci in Enies Lobby turned willpower into cinematography, Gear Second Steam, the pigeon-cold brutality of CP9, and that final Gatling that felt like an exorcism of the world government's arrogance. Ichigo Kurosaki vs. Byakuya Kuchiki made Bankai not just a power but an aesthetic, petals as blades, speed drawn as negative space, crystallizing a 2000s visual identity that flooded conventions and AMVs for years. Modern shonen learned a different lesson: break the mold, even if it breaks your hero. Gon Freaks vs. Neferpitou isn't a win, it's a cautionary rite, a grotesque prayer answered too literally, proving shonen can stare into moral abyss without blinking. It made deconstruction not an academic term but a gut punch. Tanjiro Kamado vs. Rue, Episode 19, did the opposite kind of revolution, a love letter to sincerity animated with film-grade precision, breathing forms as choreography, 3D camera sweeps, color theory as emotion, and it exploded across timelines, convincing the industry that one perfectly executed sequence can sell a franchise to the planet. What ties these 7 together isn't just choreography or sakuga, it's inheritance. Each fight handed the next generation a tool: marathon pacing and mythic transformation, Goku/Frieza, emotional accountability in the ring, Yusuke/Toguro, rivalries as character autopsies, Naruto/Sasuke, willpower as kinetic language, Luffy/Lucci, style as substance, Ichigo/Byakuya, subversion as catharsis, Gon/Pitou, and cinematic sincerity as a marketing strategy, Tanjiro/Rue. If you zoom out, shonen history reads like a relay, every baton pass a punch that lands decades later.